With Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors to form the scariest collection of the stars that the NBA has ever seen, Russell Westbrook is now front and center as the face of the Oklahoma City Thunder. The time is finally here. He finally has his own team. That also means that Westbrook now has complete freedom to be himself, which is a scary thing for opposing NBA teams. Without Durant, it looks like Westbrook is just getting started. The Thunder will be seen as underdogs from now on. It is highly unlikely that the Thunder will ever reach the same heights as they did with Durant, but you have to admit, this is the perfect season for a potential Westbrook MVP. Before I begin this video, I would just like to say that I am aware of Mike Korzemba's video pointing out why Russell Westbrook will not win the 2017 NBA MVP, but in my honest opinion, I feel like he could have gone more in depth into why he thinks Russell will not become MVP. Nonetheless, it was a great video. In his own words, Mike said,
"The MVP award does not always go to the best player in a single season or even the player who puts up the best stats. No, history has shown us that the MVP award goes to the most valuable player on a team that finished first or second in their conference."
I completely agree with him. For this reason, I am actually going to look at Russell Westbrook's position as an MVP, as if the award does go to the player with the best single season and stats, regardless of the team's position. So with that being said, let's begin. Welcome to NBA Insider. When Kevin Durant broke his foot in the 2014-2015 season, Russell Westbrook put together one of the greatest runs in NBA history by nearly leading OKC to the playoffs by himself. He recorded 11 triple-doubles, becoming the single force of attack with his scoring and creativity. Even though every opponent knew the Thunder's success depended mostly on Westbrook, he was still unstoppable. That season, he won the scoring title while also averaging nearly 9 assists and more than 7 rebounds per game. Whenever he recorded a triple-double, his average of those triple-doubles were 41 points, 13 assists, and 11 rebounds. Holy, that is crazy. When Durant returned this season, most assumed Westbrook would have to take a step back to return the limelight to the former MVP. Instead, that half year without Durant created an even better Westbrook that can now affect the game in all manners. While his scoring average dropped, he recorded 18 triple-doubles, the highest number in the league. But when his back is against the wall and he has no other option but to carry his team night in and night out, he becomes something that can only be described as a savage. As his 2014-2015 season revealed, that's when he shatters the reality of what an NBA player and human being is supposed to be capable of doing. The dream of a Durant-Westbrook partnership winning the NBA championship is dead. So might the chances of the Thunder winning in general. This Thunder team won't be as successful, but it will be extremely fun. The good thing is that Westbrook can now unleash his full potential. While it is unfair to say that Durant restricted Westbrook, his presence meant that Westbrook couldn't be all that he can. That type of transformation usually requires isolation and desperation, both of which Westbrook now has. Desperation not only to prove his individual ability, but also his ability to carry a good team by himself. He will be desperate to win the MVP award that has continuously haunted him, and desperate to push the limits of what one man can do for a team. He'll be driven to show that his partnership with Durant was somehow a personal handicap. He will seize a chance to finally show the world what he has always believed in, that he is one of the best players in the league. Now, he has the isolation and necessity to chase those ambitions. And if Durant leaving isn't enough to build a fire in Westbrook's stomach, then he has much more to strive for. In my opinion, the only other thing holding back Westbrook from winning an MVP other than his team would be possibilities of an injury. This could end badly, of course. Westbrook could get injured, which would drop the Thunder to the bottom of the NBA standings. But let's be honest here, this is Russell Westbrook. The man is crazy, and I'm not going to lie, I honestly believe that he used to take steroids, so I wouldn't be surprised if he shook off an injury like it was nothing. I think if he broke his finger, he would snap it back in place and go back on the court and simply dunk like nothing happened. This is the same player that said the unanimous MVP was nothing he hadn't seen before. The same player that has turned the one-man fast break into an art form. The same player that shoves away opponents who try to interfere with his pre-game dance routine. But you get the point. The man's a beast. Westbrook has also mocked the criticism of his gameplay style by improving every year. Not by changing his style as he was repeatedly pressured to do, but rather by becoming even more of what he is. Instead of giving up his game style, he has and is learning to control it. When faced with a challenge, Westbrook stands tall. He runs full steam ahead, jumps from the free throw line, and dunks on whatever obstacle stands before him. Just ask all the victims of his posterizes. Westbrook has played his entire career with Durant. Since he was drafted by the Thunder in 2008, wherever there was a Russell, there was also a Durant. As a result, Westbrook is sometimes unfairly portrayed as a sidekick hiding behind Durant's shadow. But actually, Russ has excelled when given the opportunity to play without Durant. For example, many of Westbrook's most explosive scoring outings have come with KD on the bench. Over the past 3 seasons, Westbrook has scored at least 35 points on 24 different occasions. He has done that 18 times when Durant was unable to play and only 6 times when he was playing. During the 2014-2015 season, Westbrook played 27 games from February 21st to the end of the season on April 15th without help. Over that run, Westbrook averaged 31.3 points per game, which was a big jump from his 23.8 average during KD's foot injury. It was even better than the 23.5 point average he posted in the following season. During the first 10 games of Durant's injury, Westbrook averaged a triple-double, 32.8 points per game, 10.6 rebounds per game, and 11.2 assists per game. He also posted 6 individual triple-doubles. He had at least 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists during each of those 10 games as part of a 17-game streak of 20, 5, and 5. According to basketballreference.com, only 3 other players have ever done that or something close to that. Those players are LeBron James 5 times in 2008, 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013. Larry Bird 2 times, 1987 and 1988, and Michael Jordan 2 times, 1989. The 18-game streak put together by Jordan is the only one longer than Russell's 17-game streak in the spring of 2015. Those stats were from a couple of games without Durant. Imagine an entire season without him. This year, the Thunder are going to need Westbrook to do a lot more for them once again. He's often going to have the ball in his hands and he's going to be forced to create much of the team's offense just like he did in 2015. If Westbrook can return to the form he displayed in the last 27 games of the 2014 season, he'll be a serious contender for the MVP award. Of course, he didn't win the award in 2015. He didn't receive any first place votes either, but he scored good enough for 4th place behind Stephen Curry, James Harden, and LeBron James. Not bad for a guy whose team didn't even make the playoffs. Even if Westbrook doesn't win the MVP, he can at least take comfort in knowing that Durant probably won't either. I don't think anybody is going to care for Durant, at least not Russell Westbrook anyways. While I am excited to see KD and Curry try to play with one another, I'm also excited to see Russell Westbrook go on a rampage. He might average 30 plus points per game for the first time next season, and he might just be on his way to becoming the 2nd ever unanimous MVP. Russell Westbrook trails only behind Stephen Curry and LeBron James in terms of MVP odds for the 2016-2017 season. Curry has won MVP in each of the past 2 seasons, but Westbrook has played at an MVP level during parts of the past 2 seasons. That's not to say no one else has a chance. I am aware of other amazing talent in the league like Damian Lillard, Paul George, and of course Kawhi Leonard, but we already know that a Russell Westbrook off the leash is going to try to single-handedly burn the league to the ground next season. If along the way he can manage to drag the Thunder back to the postseason, he'll deserve every bit of the 2017 NBA MVP award. And that concludes the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Once again, thanks for watching NBA Insider.